Good morning and welcome to your final week of this course. Can you believe how fast the summer has gone? It's just escapes us every time, doesn't it? Well, actually, maybe in a way your summer is just beginning. I don't know. Just looking at this week, we do have sort of a change up in plans from what we usually do. Your assignment is due Wednesday. I mentioned that previously, but I want to make sure we're all clear on that. So assignment due Wednesday at midnight, and that is the 25th. This paper is your exam for the course, and it is also part of the college's portfolio program for graduation. So do turn in your paper to the portfolio. What I will be doing is turning these around by the 30th. I have to have all my grades done by the 30th. And if you want to wait and see what your grade is and make any changes that I would suggest, you may do that, or you can just turn it in faith that you feel good about it to your portfolio. Do take off the feedback form when you turn it into your portfolio. The feedback form is just for our class, and it is a slightly different feedback form this time. It gives you a chance to evaluate the class as well. Would you please turn that in for me? That really helps me out in just getting a feel for how effective the course is and changes I need to make for the future and things I need to keep the same. So with that said, as you finish up your paper this week, a couple things to keep in mind. Starting from the top, make sure that your paper is formatted in MLA format. This includes the way you set your paper up in terms of headings and so forth, as well as of course, the internal citations. I would look at each paragraph. This is a research-driven paper. There should be a citation in every paragraph. If there's not, consider that maybe the paragraph needs to be reworked to be more research-driven, or ask yourself, is there some research that said this information? I might know it common knowledge-wise, but having a citation that also says the information just adds credibility to your work. Second, make sure that the thesis is really saying what the paper is saying, and it should be an argument, a persuasive or problem-solving position. So make sure that we're looking at those types of things. Little background noise from my other computer. Okay, so what I would do with that is read my thesis statement, then read paragraph. Read thesis statement, read paragraph. Make sure you're staying on track all the way through. Finally, when you have look at your works cited page, make sure it's a hanging indent. This means that the first line of each citation is going to be flush with the margin, and any lines after that are going to be indented. It will be like an opposite indent. You know how usually you tab over for the first sentence and everything else lines up with the margin? It's the opposite of that, and there's no extra spaces between them. Also make sure that the first thing on the works cited citation is what appears in the parentheses in the paper. There should be a matchup. In other words, the internal citation, the last name or the title, depending on which option you have to go with, should match the first thing listed in the citation. And the works cited page is alphabetized by the first thing listed, whether it's the author's last name or sometimes we have a title if there's no author. Okay, that's a whole string of things to remember. Most of all, try to enjoy the writing process a little bit. Reflect on how far you've come, what you feel more confident in, and where you feel like you've grown as a writer, because I'm sure you have. Have a great week, and we'll finish strong. Bye-bye.